I believe you can die. I've got electric that comes from the sky. I know you wanted to keep your badge, but I had to. Wow, never mind. Not going to even rhyme. Never mind. Hey, I'm DeoGenZ. Welcome to my Pokemon Black walkthrough. It's a bad idea when I come on and try to rhyme random words because I know what rhymes, but it's not good singing material. Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, let's get on with battling these trainers of the Mistralton City Gym. This gym, as I've mentioned many times before, is a flying type gym. So if you're lacking in any good electric types to take down these flyers, you could go to Chargestone Cave, or you could use rock type Pokemon, which also can be found in Chargestone Cave in the form of Gigalith. Well, okay, it's not a Gigalith, but what is it? Boldore. There you go. Boldore. You can evolve it into a Gigalith, and then it will be most unstoppable in this gym. Gigalith is one of those massive wall types with fierce attack that will really tear a hole in all these puny flying Pokemon. Overall, there aren't too many new flying types introduced in the 5th gen. That made it very difficult, I remember, last walkthrough to make a decision of what to use as my flying Pokemon. I think this walkthrough will go similarly, where I'll only have a Pokemon that I take out temporarily to fly with. So I'll have some Tranquil that I caught along the way in my journey, and just use that to fly, but I will never train it. I never will. Nope. I've already got my team laid out nicely. It's very balanced, especially with the addition of this Joltik here. Hoping to get it to its next stage of evolution, which is its final, Galvantula, because then we really can start wrecking some havoc. It's great to have this Pokemon because of its type matchup being Bug and Electric. Normally, flying type moves would affect it, but having electricity on your side negates that, so it only hits as a normal type move. Now, if you decide to come in here with a rock type Pokemon, it will hit even less effectively, so there are really no worries for this gym. The only thing you'd have to be concerned with is if you have an unbalanced team, which, if you've been keeping up with this walkthrough, you'll know that my team is anything but imbalanced. Let's fight you! This guy here is completely optional, but I want all the experience I can get to get closer to a Galvantula. Oh, Tarantula! Dun, 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 dun. Oh wait, that's Barracuda. Never mind. Oh yeah, Ducklets. That's right. There's another flying type that I could have done without. Ducklet is up there as one of the worst Pokemon of 5th gen. Up there with Trubbish and Clink. Maybe I should do that. Maybe at the end of this walkthrough make my top 10 most annoying Pokemon of the 5th gen just based on their design. Pokemon that shouldn't have been a Pokemon. See, Woobat's a good Pokemon. It's great. Not only is it a mix of a different type that we haven't seen normally, Psychic and Flying, but it looks like a Pokemon. I can believe that thing is a Pokemon. It's so mutated and mixed with different animal parts that I couldn't see what that would be in normal life. I've heard people say that it's a flying fox or something like that. I've never seen a flying fox, and that's why I'm precautious to say anything about it, because if I don't know what it looks like, I can't confirm or disconfirm its existence. Oh well. Let's not worry about flying foxes. Let's fly ourselves! Cannons! And pilots! I became a pilot, which was my dream since I have been a child. Awesome. It's been my dream since I was a child to become a Pokemon Master. I am still on that dream. It's pretty funny. I think about that from time to time in real life. The fact that I'm 19 and my overall dream of becoming a Pokemon Master hasn't really changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. Because my definitions of a Pokemon trainer slash master have changed drastically. Especially with the realization that there are hidden mechanics that really turned the game upside down on its head for me. In a good way, though. But it's funny because they'll have their simple dreams of oh, I want to make a law firm when I become older, or become a doctor, maybe one of those psychotic nurses that you see on the routes as you play your Pokemon game. But never did I want to keep one of those dreams that I had since a kid of becoming a Pokemaster. No, I haven't had that dream. I have. And continue to hold on to it. Let me know, guys. Am I alone? Am I the only one with still this dream to become a Pokemaster? Or am I just psychotic? I'll accept either or. I don't really care. It's entertaining, and I love Pokemon with a passion. In life, I don't see why you should abandon your passions just because you get to a certain age. I think that with the metagame and discovering how complex Pokemon was, it made me love it even more because I discovered that it wasn't only for kids. And all the characters that I grew up knowing and loving get to continue on with me into my adult life. So I think honestly that's what made it so appealing. Now don't do what I almost did there and run straight for the hatch. Go to the side of it, and the cannon will turn to your will. Bam! Target lock acquired. Oh, apparently this guy was flying a bomber plane. Pilot Chase. That's so funny. He was in a bomber plane, and his name is Chase. As in, I'm going to chase you all over the freaking sky until I blow your ship up. He's even got a fully evolved P-Dove and Un Faisant. You know what's funny about Un Faisant is I don't think it's one of... Well, I'd never really cared for it either way. But I actually found it in a shaking grass spot on Route 6. The thing was, in my cartridge that happened. This all occurred. Awful grammar. Anyway, I didn't realize that it was a ground shaking spot. I thought that it was just something random in the grass. So when this Pokemon appeared, I was like, holy crap! This has some of the best Pokemon you can get for training. You don't even need to worry about evolution. They're already fully evolved on this route. Man, wait till I tell my viewers. Nope, it was just a shaking grass spot. I never found another Un Faisant after that again. What? Joltik is evolving! Who needs stinking pheasants when you've got a Galvantula? The electric tarantula. Looking to fuck you up with some special attacks. It also is considered to be a special sweeper. And it doesn't have any bullshit ability like was complained about my Crocodile's Moxie. So after every defeat of any opponent, he won't gain stats like a monster. But I tell you, he is a beast. He's an electrical beast. He's a behemoth. Boom. Okay, he doesn't have any ground-shaking dust when he comes out of his Pokeball. But watch this. Electro Ball! To the face! Actually, more like the chest. Oh! This way the electricity is equally dispersed all throughout your body. And your heart attack is immediate. Well, you should appreciate that. I could have just shocked your leg and said, well, hopefully he'll be paralyzed and then he'll have to limp to find food and then can't find food because he's too limp-worthy from my paralysis, and then he'll die a slow and painful death. I could have done that, but I went chest on. Oh, and face on into that edge of the gym. But now it's time to get it on with Skyla. I mean battling, you sick fucks. Did you enjoy flying with the help of Mistralton gym cannons? They're my pride and joy. This time, let's try something else. I'm all up for that. A different style of battling? Air battles! You have to launch your Pokemon at one another through the sky, and they have to land attacks with less accuracy while being blasted out of cannons. They have to meet in the middle of the sky as the both of them come hurtling towards each other. You load up your Snorlax, and she's got her Swoobat. Go, Snorlax! Ah, squoosh! You don't even need electric anymore. you're launching freaking Snorlaxes at your opponent. Awesome, calling us a fabuloso trainer. I always love when gym leaders do hyper potions at this point, because I know that my electric moves, even Electro Web, which is my weakest electric move, but does lower its speed, when it gets to that point, it doesn't matter how many hyper potions you use, you're going into the red. And I get a free hit from you using the hyper potion, so you're going to die. It's just so funny because they cannot do anything, and it's a wonderful victory platform to stand upon. I will admit it. I don't want to be beaten from it, but I know the strategies to use. Spam the electricity. Also, something I didn't mention, which you do have the option of using, is your Ice-type Pokemon, which you should be raising if you want to have an easy time at the 8th gym. But we're at the 6th gym right now, and it will help, so it's worth doing if you want to capture a Vanillite at the cold storage if it's not winter in your game. But if it is winter, then make sure you take advantage of that, and even if you don't train the Pokemon yet, just capture it, a Cubchoo and a Vanillite, because those are the only other times you'll see them on routes besides the cold storage. And you can't even find a Cubchoo by the cold storage, it's only Vanillite. But they would assist in flying type gyms. But really, electric is the top, because when coming against that non-Pokemon Swanna, which is just a swan with its arms crossed, or at its side like it's pissed off, it's also a water type, so it's quadruply effective when attacking it. It's like a poor Gyarados. Poor Gyarados because it's got horrible stats. I'm kidding, I have never even looked at its stats, but it's a ugly Pokemon, so I'll make fun of its stats all I want. That was probably one of the easiest battles we've come across so far. And the last battle that we had at a gym, many people were saying that that was a pretty simple battle. And I suppose it could be if you had a strong water type on your team. Like a Seismitoad. Seismitoad is pretty beast. It's got high attack stats and surprisingly big speed for such a bulky Pokemon. Alright, and we get the TM right off the bat, not having to go down any other routes. Acrobatics. If the user doesn't have an item, it's power doubles. Acrobatics is a really good flying type move, especially if you don't want to waste fly. Not that it's a waste, because you can use that HM over and over again, but sometimes I know for strategy-wise it's more annoying to take a turn to pause and then be hit by something worse if your opponent is charging up his stats or something like that. So Acrobatics is a great move if you don't want to have any power items on your Pokemon. Acrobatically, we fly away, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.